What is going on, everybody? My name is Alan, aka NeoCryptor. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing great. Today, guys, we are checking out another microphone. We are taking a look at this guy right here, the FiFine K8, which is an XLR microphone, very similar to my Beringer XM8500 that I'm using right here on my microphone stand. It is a dynamic range microphone. Retails for like $28, $29 on Amazon.com as of the recording of this video. And yeah, we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to tell you right now, feeling it in my hand, it feels like a very, very, very solid microphone. The construction feels very good on it. You can take it apart in multiple areas, so if there is anything ever to go wrong with it, it should be very easy to repair. The cage on the top is very strong. Definitely not made out of some kind of weak, flimsy material. And also, if you unscrew the cage, like I'm doing right now, you can see that it comes with a built-in windsock. Now, if you look at the microphone pickup itself, it is unidirectional, aka dynamic range. So it's only going to pick up when what is right in front of it, or maybe slightly off to the sides. But anything behind it, anything off very far to the side of it, is going to be rather muted, which is good, which is definitely good for recording. This type, it also has an on and off switch here, so for easy and quick muting. So this kind of microphone is very good for vocals, karaoke, studio recording, live stage recording, all kinds of things that this microphone would be very good at, podcasts, etc. It comes with this nice little velveteen felt feeling bag with the FiFine logo on it for carrying around, and it also comes with 19 feet of cable. Wow, 19 feet of cable. Just saying. Like I said, it is an XLR microphone, but the cable is XLR to 1/4 inch jack, so that's no big deal. If you're running a mixer or you have an amp or a karaoke machine, this is 9 times out of 10 the way you're going to plug it in. Mixers will usually take XLR or 1/4 inch, so you're pretty good to go, pretty set up with that. But now that we've covered the basics of how the microphone feels, the construction, what all it comes with, how does it sound? That's what you guys want to know. So you know what my microphone sounds like that I use all the time. Oh yeah, it also does come with a windsock, just to let you know that, an external windsock. So we're going to go ahead and slap that bad boy on here, and then I am going to go ahead and switch out my microphone to this guy. We're going to use my XLR cable that I already have going through my mic arm to test, and maybe we'll put the other we'll plug the 19 feet of cable of doom and check it too, so you can see if there's any difference with audio quality based on the cables. Anyway, let me get the microphone switched out and we'll be right back. All right guys, so this is the sound quality of the FiFine K8 dynamic range microphone. I have not adjusted any settings on my mixer. They're still set to the exact same way I use them with my XM8500. That way the comparison of the sound quality should be exact. Again, like I did with the lapel microphone that we took a look at last time, I am not doing any audio editing at all during this little review, so you guys can get a good good feel of the way the audio quality is. One thing I would like to note is that this thing, the K8, is quite a bit bigger lengthwise than my XM8500. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try and raise the microphone boom up, so if there's a little bit of noise, I apologize. You should be able to see that, but yeah, it's quite a bit bigger than the XM8500. Let's put the windsock back on the XM8500 that way, because that should be, yeah, there we go. So definitely a bit longer than, and a little bit heavier, I might add too. I don't know if that's the way the build quality is. One thing also I would like to point out between my Beringer and this guy, the FiFine K8, is the Beringer, you really can't take it apart. It does, I mean, there's a couple of access points on it where you can unscrew it. unscrew things, but not nearly as many as on the K8, which I really appreciate, because it's not like microphones go bad, but things can happen. Say you're carrying it in your bag, your gig bag, or whatever you have, and you accidentally, I don't know, drop it in some water or something. So you could be able to actually take this microphone apart completely, clean it out, let it dry. It should be good to go. So I really like it when manufacturers take stuff like that into consideration, and potential maintenance that you might have to run into while doing that. Okay, so this should give you a pretty good feel of what the K8 sounds like. Let's go ahead. I'm going to switch over to desktop, and we're going to take a look at Audacity. We're going to compare the K8 and the XM8500. Look at their waveforms with these exact settings that I have set up right here, which if you're curious, I do have compression on my mixer, and I have the low ends turned up just a little bit, and I think I have my preamp set about a quarter of the way, half of the way up. If you're interested in what mixer I'm running a Beringer Zenith Q802 Q802 USB. When I learn how to speak, that'd be amazing, right? Anyway, let's switch over to Audacity and take a look at the waveforms. Okay, so we have Audacity up here now, and before I get started with the waveforms, let's do a noise floor analysis, which simply is, I'm going to shut the crap up. There's a fan running behind me, which I don't know if you guys can hear or not, but it is, yeah, you might notice I'm going to be perspiring. It's very warm in my office today, super warm. So I have a fan running, so that it's going to end up being a pretty good test to see if the K8 picks up any fan noise and compare that. So I'm just going to hit record and be quiet for a second, and we can take a look at the noise floor. Okay, so that's not bad. So let's go ahead and talk here. Wow, I think my settings might be a little bit high on my mixer for Audacity's, because we are definitely peaking quite a bit here. Oh, I see what happened. That actually should not be turned up that high. There we go. I must have bumped the level on my input one side, because normally I keep it right about centered. It was just a little hair past centered toward the gain side. So yeah, that definitely seems to have reduced some of the peaking that we were running into. Okay, so I think this is fair. Let's go ahead and swap this back out for the for my Beringer, the one I normally use, and take a look at the waveform with the same with the exact same settings. Actually, let me shut up for a minute, because since that gain was turned up a little bit too high, let's take a quick look at that noise floor now. Yeah, definitely a little bit lower. All right, let's switch out, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back on my Beringer, the mic that I use, pretty consistently all the time. So let's go ahead, mute that track out, and let us add a new track below it, and do the same thing. So I'm going to shut up. We're going to do a noise floor, and then we'll chit chat a little bit and see what what it looks like. Okay, so that noise floor is very consistent with what we were seeing, and now and that's actually with the gain turned down, since I realized that. And as we look at the waveform pattern here, you can see that they're very similar to each other. I think the Beringer might actually have a little bit more gain on it, because it seems like it is peaking a lot more than the K8 was, which may or may not be a good thing. That's neither here nor there. I mean, the biggest thing when comparing microphones like this is sound quality and construction performance, and both of these mics perform wonderfully. The FiFine so far definitely seems like a really good mic. I'm actually going to be switching out my Beringer for this and using this to record some of my next few videos. Like, I have a couple tutorials coming up, and some other videos, some let's plays, things like that going on, and I'm going to give this thing a good run for its money. But so far, I mean, I played with it when it came in a little bit, goofing around, doing a little karaoke, if you will. just to give it a really good feeling, or get the feeling for it. God, I really need to learn to talk. This is on my to-do list for tomorrow. Not gonna happen. But yeah, so overall, I'm really pleasantly surprised again by the FiFine K8. And the reason I say pleasantly surprised is I have never heard of FiFine before that lapel mic. And so, getting to check out one of their studio mics, karaoke mic, dynamic mic, whatever you want to call it, is pretty cool, and very surprising, very pleasant that both mics, both of them fairly inexpensive, they both perform and sound very well, very good. You know what? We didn't check this out with the 19-foot of cable Doom. So let me go ahead and plug that in. Let me kill the gain on my second input here and just kind of match things up. Let me plug this in here real quick. I don't think there should be any difference in sound quality. I do have... Okay, so we're plugged in. Let's go ahead. Where's my gain at on my compressor? That's good. So that's there. Where is it? All right, let me just adjust this. Doing this live, semi-live. Okay, so now I'm going to kill the gain on my Beringer. And now we have switched over to the K8. Just as simple as that. A couple little tweaks on my mixer. So yeah, as you can see, like I said, the K8 does sound very good. I think my gain is a little bit lower on the mixer side for this one for whatever reason. Whatever. I actually usually don't use channel 2 all that often, so it's not that surprising. Anyway, but as you can see, like I said, the K8 does great. FiFine K8 is a wonderful microphone, and it feels good in the hand. It's very comfortable. Has a little bit of weight to it, but personally, I like that because it doesn't feel like I'm going to break it. Being a very large guy and 6'7", 300 pounds, and yeah, if I pick up something, I want there to be just a little bit of heft to it, because I just don't want to feel like I'm going to bloody break something. Anyway, so yeah, this has been my review of the FiFine K8. Like I said, it is a pretty cool microphone, very good sound quality. Again, wonderful job there, guys, over there at FiFine. And yeah, I'm at this point, I am pretty apt to say that I will probably be checking out some more of their stuff down the road. Because I'm really impressed. I'd like to see more from this company. I've used Beringer ever since I was a kid. I mean, back in my garage band days and stuff like that, I used Beringer equipment and always never had a problem with it. They were always a little bit cheaper than some of the other hardware manufacturers out there. And so that's why I always kind of went with them, because, cheap is good, especially if it works well. And the FiFine is still pretty inexpensive. Like I said, this microphone comes in at just under $30 US over on Amazon. There will be a link down below to the FiFine website pointing you to this microphone and the Amazon link if you guys want to pick it up for yourselves. All right, guys, that has been it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about the sound quality of this microphone. And until next time, this is Neo, and I'll see you in game or in another review or maybe a tutorial. Might do a tutorial. I have some tutorials coming up, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, that's it. I'll catch you later.